Lally-ho, Internet, and welcome back to, well, you can probably tell where we are. We're in Komra, the Dwarven village. Apologies if I look a little bit on the red eye today. I've just finished writing some video descriptions for the dungeon and the trial from the main story quest. And as you probably know, they're a little bit emotional. And I had to watch the whole thing again to form my thoughts. If you haven't noticed, for MSQ stuff, I have been writing almost mini essays, realistically, of thoughts in the comments, not the comments, in the description boxes for some of them. Stuff that I've thought of after I've done the video, but didn't want to make a whole video out of. So go check those out if you want to know kind of more detailed after the fact thoughts, but sometimes more articulate. Sometimes. Hopefully the green screen is a bit better today. The lights seem a bit dimmer for some reason, but whatever. We're here with the bee's knees, and we're wearing summery stuff in the rain because that's Britain for you. It's a lot cooler today. It's Saturday today. And you might be thinking, damn it, the patch came out on Tuesday. You did all of the MSQ stuff on a Tuesday. What have you done with the rest of your week? Not anything else for this game. It's just been too hot to do any real recording. Whereas today, as you can probably tell, much cooler. So we are going to do... I'm assuming this is the right quest. Run it to the rescue. No, that's not the right quest. Or is that the right quest? No, we can rebuild her. Is the right... What the hell's run it to the rescue? We're going to do the puppet's bunker today. Now, with raiding stuff, as I've mentioned in previous videos where I've done raid stuff, Eden and the copied factory, I tend to like doing that as close to release date as possible, because it means I can get away with not having looked at any guides. You know, the further away from release you go, the more guides are available, and more importantly, the more people expect you to have read or watched a video guide. I don't like doing that for my very first look at a particular piece of content, especially not in Final Fantasy XIV, which, generally speaking, has a more laid-back raiding community, especially for the story-related stuff. I think just because there are story versions of a lot of these things. It should also be noted, just before I start, I'm not going to be doing the kind of big lally-ho dwarven voices, because my throat still hurts from Tuesday. Oh, we get some amusement park. Oh yeah, carnival stuff. The dig site chief would have you be an active participant in Komra's carnival. I'm assuming this is going to be the amusement park music from NieR. Just before I start, I remembered that I turned down the volume stuff. Lally, I knew you'd be here sooner or later, ho! You remember the carnival I told you about, don't you? We finished preparing, which means it's nearly time to open celebrations with the unfurling of the banners. For some reason, I thought that said lemons. I don't know why. The unfurling of the lemons. That sounds like a novel, or a short story at least, that needs writing. But first, we'll need an officially sanctioned bearer to present said banners to 3 of our people, and why not let you do the honours? Others are clamouring for the task, make no mistake, it's an important and highly coveted duty, you understand, but I couldn't deprive you of this opportunity to experience GOG culture hands-on. Consider it a thank you for keeping Anog and Conog from blowing themselves up. And look sharp, we haven't got all night. Okay, deliver carnival banners, deliver carnival lemons to Komra's citizens. So, the role of bearer went to the outsider after all. Nothing you can't handle, I hope. Traditional decoration for Komra's annual celebration features an equally traditional GOG pattern rendered in 4 colours. It's not that I think the chief made a poor choice, mine. Bit of a waste, yes, but there's no better way for you to introduce yourself to the rest of the village. And wouldn't you know it, you're not so bad. You should see me dance. And again, I thought that said executable villager. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Aha! You're the bearer. Well, hand it over. This is what we've all been waiting for. Ah, the colours of Komra. They speak of our village, our lives, our very souls. Except this one. Never really cared for this one. Looks like it tripped halfway through the journey from beige to yellow and fell in a ditch. Time already, is it? Oh, my hands are so sweaty. Do take care now. I'd hate to be the one who drops the banner. Phew, well done. Let's share a drink once it's safely unfurled, eh? Carnival is our way of showing appreciation for each other. I certainly appreciate you keeping this banner from slipping away like a greased eel. Okay. Dig site chief. Finished, have you? Hopefully speaking with these folks helped impress upon you that this wasn't just some menial errand anyone could have done. No, the slightest mishap in the banner delivery process would have spelled disaster, you hear? Now, without further ado, let the carnival begin. Almost timed that nicely with the music. Oh, they're pretty. I've said multiple times before that this game looks best at night when there are lights. Excuse me. Ooh, slightly higher resolution textured food. Don't think I'd eat. No. Because there's no Hildebrand, this is making up for it. Although, Hildebrand is in the patch. Keep an eye out for him. No need to stand there waiting for someone to give you more work to do. Go and witness the fruits of our labours. Revel, frolic, etc. If you need a task that badly, you can set yourself to working up an appetite. I expect you to partake heartily of our traditional cuisine, not to mention the drinks. I like that, the fact that we can't just exist. We have to have a task to do, because that's how quests work. Spare me these menial tasks. If I see one more streamer, don't go to Twitch. Or mix, no, wait. Ooh. Mysterious music. Why, if it isn't Demajen? And run absolutely ragged with tedious carnival duties, no doubt. No. I had the honour of delivering the banners, thank you very much. It is indeed my solemn duty to eat my weight in carnival food. Eating? You mad? There's no time for that. We've got the key to activate. All of this festive nonsense has been an unnecessary distraction. Connog and I did manage to make some real progress while the chief wasn't looking. If you want the details, and I know you do, you have to meet us at the usual place. The last thing we need is half the village drunkenly eavesdropping. You'll notice I haven't got the sandals for the glamour set. I don't think I've worn a glamour in a long time that doesn't have at least knee-high boots on. Do I have a thing? Possibly. Entrance to the excavation tunnels. I really like Calusia's nighttime music. In fact, I think that the nighttime music of the various zones is the better version. Not that the other versions are bad. 2P is still shut down. You haven't even got to the part where I'm going to argue yet, and I'm already knackered. There you are. Let's review our work, shall we? Doubtless you've forgotten some significant detail. I do like these little recaps. As hopefully even you will recall, we require a source of energy to restore functionality to the so-called key 2P told us about. We obtained said source in the form of a knocker's crystalline carapace through the transference of energy. No, though the transference of energy from crystal to key proved a challenge. Nothing that Connor and I, in my infinite wisdom, couldn't handle, however. Of course. You are amazing. Oh. Here, you'll find your faith in us well rewarded. The key is now fully powered and, as far as we can tell, functional. So I dare say we'll soon be capable of smiting our enemies with the press of a button. Or we would be, if we had the first clue as how to operate the blasted thing. Indeed. It seems the key is a more complicated device than we anticipated. Thus far, we've succeeded only in making it display a series of strange glyphs. We've presented these to the pod for translation, of course, but we cannot make heads nor tails of its terminology, no matter how many times we prompt it to explain. The androids appear to have an intuitive, or at least finely honed, grasp of technology, so I've no doubt that 2P would know, but she's shown no signs of miraculously awakening, that's for certain. Ugh, you, pod, can 2P be revived? Analyzing android repair sequence. Error detected. Confirming details. Damage to internal mechanism detected. Proposal. Replace the damaged part. So with a replacement part, repairs possible. I dare say facilitating that process would prove more efficient than continuing our fruitless experimentation with a key. I would hardly call wandering the factory for days on end with the barest idea of what sort of part we're looking for efficient. So unless our friend here just happens to stumble upon a room filled with android corpses ripe for the harvesting. We did, didn't we? There was a room in the copied factory. Oh yeah, the corpse room. That's a thing. Odd, but superlative. You will take us there at once. We'll bring Pod too. It can tell us if any of the androids still have the part we need. Onward! The dialogue in the NieR storyline has been superlative. Is it this one? Yes. That's the entrance to the raid. Don't want to use that. Not really in the mood for doing the copied factory right now. Can we teleport? Oh no, that's not operational when it's not the raid, isn't it? Well, this will enable us. Enable us. It will remind us of the general gist of what's going on. Passage to Zone 1. Don't know whether I wanted to do this. I did not! Smoothly done. Speed up! For any of you wondering, still haven't played NieR Automata. I did install it, And I played about 10 minutes of it. And then I got interrupted by friends messaging me saying, we're going to play something else. And then I had to uninstall it for space because it's quite a hefty game. So yeah, I still don't really know the plot of Auto Tomato, and thus all the references in this that are undoubtedly there will go completely over my head. That being said, I'll just have to examine it for what it is. I think I probably said all this in my copied factory playthrough. Anyway, the corpse room, if I remember correctly, is here, isn't it? Wasn't this the corpse room? No, it's the next bit. Hi, guys. What you doing out here when the room's clearly here? The corpse room. Which is a thing. With the chat mode in say, enter any phrase containing anog near the destination within the copied factory. Hey, anog. We got some delicious, fresh corpses here for ya. Have I spelled anog right? Yes. There we go. Over here, is it? Conog, pod, stop dallying. Is there a pod minion? I feel like there's a pod minion, but I don't have. I've really not done the copied factory very much. I did it like 2 or 3 times, didn't get the glamour, and then I got distracted by the half a bazillion other games. How disturbing. The colour of their garb's different, but they do appear to be the same make as 2P. Which means, ghoulish or not, we can make use of them. This is truly excellent, Conog. My understanding is that Pod should be able to salvage the correct part and initiate the repairs. Let's see. Come on, Pod. Get to work. Oh. And back we are. The more we learn about the android's technology, the more fascinating and unnerving it becomes. Who could possibly have created this? Humanity in the far future. I guess. Must we instruct it every single time? Go on, Pod. Fix 2P. 2P or not 2P? That is the foul question. That window, though. Ew. Did it work? Can't tell because his eyes aren't covered. Hi, 2P. Yay! Smile. She's alive. Alive. We can rebuild her? I didn't even notice the name of the quest. Two slots remaining in your inventory. My inventory's a mess again. As an aside, I know a lot of people don't care. When did they change it so that soul binding or extracting materia from a soulbind item doesn't destroy the item? I vaguely remember it being a thing, but I'd completely forgotten about it. And I was trying to clear out my armory chest and stuff, which I've now got I've got items down into the 20s now, which is nice. And 85% of this materia is from me finding loads and loads of gear and 100% soulbind, because of course I still wanted to use a lot of it, so I didn't want to break it down, but I'd completely forgotten that you can now just extract it and then soulbind your equipment again, which is a much better system in my opinion, and it means that I'll actually pay more attention to those soulbinding messages that pop up. But it does mean that I've got an absolute ton of just random materia knocking around in my inventory, and a Yanshan tiger prawn, apparently. Oh, I've started doing quick explorations for my ventures as well. Right. Anyway, I hope that the part replacement won't result in memory loss with too many unanswered questions. Restore the... What was I saying? Everything you know is wrong. Story of my life. The glee in Anok's eyes at the sight of 2P's awakening could only be born of keen self-interest. It would not be wise to keep her waiting. Sweet success. Let's not waste any more time about it. 2P, do you remember what happened? It is kind of a shame that there's no voice acting in these quests, because that would be funny. I was damaged in combat, and you brought me here. And then you wildly inconvenienced us by dying on the table, yes. Fortunately for you, we were clever enough to pick up Pod here. And by the fact that we're having this conversation, I assume it succeeded in repairing the damage. I see. Did you locate the key as I instructed? Huh. Despite how little information we had to go on, we did. It's fully operational, as far as we can tell, so... Can you use it? Boop. It's a compass. Was that a timer? Oh, wonderful! We've wrecked the carnival! What? An earthquake? Everyone outside, now! Ruh-roh! Interesting that they've chosen to have that bit with no music as well. That's normally the kind of thing that they'd have the dun 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 dun. Oh shh! What the? Well, shit! Jesus! The mountain! What happened to the mountain? This isn't... Adog, look! Uh-oh! Okay, do we get those glamours this patch? You. Those eyes. That probably worked for a thumbnail. 2P, no, there's too many. Worried for me? Don't be. I'm joining them. What is the meaning of this? We have been deceived! It means that your assistance is no longer necessary. Uh-huh. A hammer! Something tells me that is not going to help. Have it your way, then. See this world to its end. Well, sheets. I know I'm worried, but I thought she was our friend. Hello, 2B. And who are you? Is your dress about to turn white? Because if so... I am a Yoha Type 2, number 2 Type B unit, but you may call me 2B. I'm here to destroy the androids in white. We can discuss this later. Right now, we've got to stop 2P. We've got to stop to P. No. Bathroom break. You wouldn't think I was almost 40 and a mature adult, would you? Oh, straight in. Okay. What have I done? We made a fine mess of things, to be sure, but it's hardly the first time. Nothing for but to fix it. Careful. They may intend for us to follow. It's a nice fire effect. I was expecting slightly more in terms of destruction, but still pretty decent. Still pretty decent. Okay, let's get into it. After a costume change. The Puppet's Bunker. Average wait time 16 minutes. Oh, this might be a while then. We'll see how this goes. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.